today we have our third guest of the season, which I'm going to let him represent himself.
Thank you very much. My name is Joshua Nyambane. I'm a strategic partnership manager with UNICAF. I'm also a director and a consultant, doing a lot of projects and impacts and training, capacity building when it comes to startup businesses.
Okay.
Not just business, but identifying a problem and giving a solution for that specific problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's really interesting. You have said a couple of things which I find really interesting. First of all, identifying problems. And me personally, I do believe like in Africa in general and also in Kenya, we have multiple problems. And to me, these problems are just like tomorrow's startups, tomorrow's companies. Because for me, a company, each and every startup or company should answer just one thing, should answer to real problems, should tackle real problems that Kenyans are facing like during their daily life. So can you just tell us about UNICAF and what do you guys do at UNICAF?
Thank you very much. Before I proceed, may I take this opportunity to, together with fellow Kenyans, to pass my message of condolence to the deceased students from Utumishi girls for the tragedy that befell them of the arson attack. May God rest the souls of the departed in eternal peace, and may God comfort the families that have faced this particular tragedy. Number two, you have spoken about UNICAF. I wish to take this chance to explain briefly what's all about UNICAF. First and foremost, the background towards establishment of UNICAF as an organization is the SDG number 4. The SDG action number 4, education for all. That we want to make education equitable, accessible, and inclusive. And UNICAF comes in this picture after its intention to give access and opportunities to people who want to upscale. In other words, capacity building. So our CEO, Nicolo, from Europe, to be very specific, Cyprus, where we have our headquarters, realized there is need for us to identify, or actually identify the literacy as one of the major problems. And there was need for us to use education so that we can be able to improve the social economic challenge that face people. As we talk about startups, we see that there is a challenge of literacy. And therefore, UNICAF comes in to give that particular solution of ensuring there is capacity building and access to education to most of the people. So we have seen the challenge of literacy in Africa, and we have offered a solution in terms of affordable and access to education through the scholarships that we give. We have currently, as we speak, impacted over 100,000 students globally, and we have dispersed over 150 million USD in terms of scholarship. And that's the impact we are creating. And we are currently in over 15 African countries where we have operational offices. And our job is to roll out the corporate scholarship scheme that will be able to give opportunities to people who want to upskill and study. Finally, we also have, as UNICAF, a digital infrastructure platform. That is how we reduce the cost of education and make education inclusive, that all the people can access education online. And by so doing, and by giving those scholarships, then we are able to solve that problem and scale up the education as it were.
I think you've mentioned like things are really interesting. So first of all, you have talked about scholarship. Okay, you have talked about scholarship. So how does it work? At what level that can someone access to the scholarship? And like, can any type of person, can any local mwananchi access to these scholarships? Or is this just like a certain population with certain source of income, like a level of income? What are the conditions for people to access to the scholarship?
Thank you very much. As I did mention that our responsibility and objective as UNICAF is to give the lifelong opportunities in terms of upskilling and capacity building. And the target is, of course, to ensure that there is high productivity and impact, and, of course, acquisition of skills and ideas that we'll be able to use to transform the world. When it comes to scholarships opportunities, we have bachelor's programs, which we offer in our UNICAF University. We have a physical campus in Zambia and Malawi. We have certain programs that are very important that we can be able to access online. We also have partner universities in the UK, that is the University of Suffolk and the University of East London.
Okay.
These particular universities altogether give opportunities to each and every applicant, people who qualify, especially those who are working and they cannot be able to go to class in a physical environment, as it were. And then they have opportunity to study at their own pace online. So we give opportunities for those who apply, for those who visit, like in this particular summit, we give them those chances to apply for scholarships. And it's us to be able to give them the scholarships. For those who want to do bachelor's, of course, they have to have academic qualification for that particular bachelor's, and we guarantee them 80% scholarship for the entire program. For those who are doing master's, they also have to qualify academically. And for those who want to do their PhDs and doctoral programs, they also need to qualify in terms of academic qualification. Then we guarantee all the applicants a scholarship of up to 80%.
80% from the total funds that the person is going to use for this for the masters, for the PhD. You fund like 80% of the total.
Precisely. What we do is that the entire program, for instance, a master's program, an MBA from the University of East London will cost you between 2.7 to 3 million without a scholarship.
Without a scholarship.
UNICAF comes in to support, so make it affordable. 80% translates to around half a million Kenyan shillings.
Kenyan shillings.
That is what we mean. But for UNICAF University in Zambia and Malawi, for that particular master's program, it will cost you as less as 350,000 Kenyan shillings.
Wow.
That is how we have made it cheaper, and we have reduced that particular aspect through the scholarships that we offer.
Okay.
Yes.
So you said like in Africa you have 2 campuses.
Correct. We have 2 universities, one in Zambia, another one in Malawi. And I want to add that we have 2 programs that we have rolled out. We have a bachelor's in medicine and surgery.
Okay.
We also have a bachelor's in nursing.
Okay.
These are programs that we offer physically on campus. That is in Zambia and Malawi.
Okay.
And they are not offered online.
But they are physical.
They are physical. So we have that blended aspect of learning that we can be able to engage, especially for those students who are pursuing their bachelor's programs.
Okay. So it means like today, for instance, imagine like there's a student in Nairobi who would like to access to the funds. Like, do you work with the Kenyan universities? Do you have partnerships with Kenyan universities to facilitate in terms of scholarships? Or they have to do the necessary steps by themselves? Look for you on your website, then like send their request. How does it work?
Now, I just want to do the unlikely. Give my number.
Okay.
0720661975. 0720661975. You can drop a message in my WhatsApp. We will assist you on the onboarding process, the application process, and how you acquire the scholarship. Ordinarily, in the traditional method, scholarships are very competitive, but you have reduced that specific, back and forth of trying to acquire scholarship, and we will be able to assist you to actually be able to fast track the process of you getting the scholarship.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I think like we had a very, very interesting conversation, especially due to the fact that, just like you mentioned, each and every time like there's a startup, a company, we have to tackle real issues. And the real issues that you're tackling, especially about the expenses in terms of scholarships, in terms of masters doing your education, like higher education. Sometimes, like most of the time, like we have this say in Kenya, like sometimes the parents have to go and sell their shamba back home so that they can fund their children's education. But I think with what UNICAF is proposing is a real solution to a real problem. And thank you for coming to our show.
Thank you so much. I just want to say for career counseling, I'm available. The viewers can actually contact me using the number that I've already given.
Okay.
And I want to say that education is the only equalizer, and education is the one that will make us relevant towards the evolving world, the ever-changing world. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, you're welcome. And so for each and every person who has any questions, who is interested in finding scholarship, don't hesitate to contact him to the relevant number that he has shared on just like a couple of minutes ago. Thank you again. And this is Startup Frequency by Nairobi Podcast Studio. Thank you and till next time.